Okay, in this video we'll be doing the Python for Pentesters room from TryHackMe. So you can read all this theory and what to use it to convert Python scripts to Windows executables py2.exe. So the first one we need to build tool is subdomain enumeration. They have given the task files that is the wordlist2.txt. So this one wordlist2.txt. Here, but there is no domain. I cannot find for this IP address, but let's write the normal code to find the general subdomains. So in Python we have the request module to send the web request and see the responses. So you need to choose the domain. Let's say test.com. So test.com is our domain. So we need to grab all these contents from this wordlist2.txt. So my text file is in the home arrow tools wordlist. So we can use the open function to open this wordlist2.txt. In which mode? In read mode. Okay, so now if you carefully observe this file, you can see there are new lines. After mat there is a new line and then QWERTY UI. So you need to extract all these words into the list. So first let us read the let's say word list words is equals to f.read. So all the contents as a single string will be stored in the variable words. Now what I can do is I can split this into number of words based on the new line. So first I will show you by running this, then you will get clear understanding. So first I am assume that this is the first name and I am reading from here Superman, and there is a new line. Then it will split this word into one word and it will divide into the number of words this word list have. Okay, so I want to convert all these single words into the list. So I can say print of words, or we can say simply subdomains. And again I want to close this file. So first I am going to show you what I have done here. I am splitting all the strings based on the new line. If there is a new line, split this string. So that means this is a single string. Python 3. And now if I hit enter, and you can see there is a single list with every names. You can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 as a single name, password, etc. We can loop over this one and you can do the subdomain brute forcing. So we have 8 subdomains here. So r is equals to request.getOff. So how to perform this subdomain? So the value is let's say URL is equals to http / so the general format will be subdomain.domain. So that is here the test.com. Alright, now what you can do is you can put this open brace and close the brace dot this domain dot format of. So I will explain this one, don't worry. So these are like a placeholders, http dot / this placeholder dot placeholder. So in the first placeholder we will be putting the subdomains of 0. Let's say subdomains of 0, which is the first value, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6, comma. In the second placeholder value, what we are going to do is we are placing the domain. So whenever the code executes, it will take the URL value as http / this 1 2 3 4 5 6 dot this test.com. I don't want for one value, I want to loop for all the values in the list. I can do a simple for loop for I in subdomains colon. I need to put the tab space to include the code in the for loop. So instead of subdomains of 0, I can just say I. So for every iteration, I takes the value 1 2 3 4 5 6 password, and then this one, etc. For every iteration, it will take each value. So URL has been constructed, and we are going to fetch the request for URL. If r dot status code. So the status code is a variable which tells whether the response status code is not is equals to 404. Then we can say URL is valid, or we can say subdomain found dot format of, which is the subdomain I. So you can test this on general domain, and which you know the subdomains. So you can give these values. So this is about the finding subdomains using the Python. So this is our first task. So they have used the split lines function. You can also use that. So here they have used the exception. So if there is an exception connecting to the subdomain, so that means that subdomain does not exist. So you can just skip that. Okay. So next one is directory enumeration. So they have, this is the website, and they have given the word list, and the word list ending extension are .html. So we need to brute force like whether there is 1 2 3 4 5 6.html or password.html or etc. So I have just I'm changing only this code, because the same code you can copy from this subdomain finder. So it's a simple, it's the same one, just extracting the subdomains. Okay, extracting the word list now in this case. So we have got the word list. Okay, so we can say for I in word list, I am going to say new URL. So this is the URL of the main page. Okay, so I can say URL plus slash I can say i.html, right? So for i.html dot format of I. So we going to replace this I with the placeholder. So for every time this loop from starting to ending, this I value will be replaced by this one, etc. Each element of the list, and it will be like print of new URL. So Python 3. So you can see these are the, you can see we have already got the URLs. So for everything URL slash the word list word.html. So now all I need to do is put this on comment, and r is equals to request dot get of new URL. So if r dot status code if it's not 404, I can say I can just print this new URL. Okay, now if you run this, you will get the output like this. So I have run this in the afternoon. So we have all these files: surfer, private, HTML, Apollo, index, how many directories your script has found. So this is not there, you can delete this one. So these 4 directories we have found. So here we have the passwords for the users, and there are another users. And in the apollo.html you have the hash, and login page we have the login, I think login unsuccessful. So okay, these are the questions you will be asked. What is the location of login page? That is private.html. Where did you find the cryptic hash Apollo? And where are the usernames located? Surfer. And what is the password assigned to rabbit? So rabbit is this one. This is the password for the rabbit, and you can answer here. Okay, it will take some time. So the next one is network scanner. You can use this Scapy. I forgot about this Scapy module, and I have written in the socket, but I think it's not working for now. So it's Scapy is very simple. First you will build the packet according to the OSI model or TCP/IP model. Yes, and then you will set all these parameters, and then you will send one request, and then you will get the response. So this is very simple. You can just simply change this IP range and the script will work. So next, coming to the port scanner. So Nmap does the port scan. So now we do. So the why I don't rely on Scapy is, if you want to perform the network scanning on the some like compromised machine, so you don't expect Python in that machine. If it's Windows, if it's Linux, the Python will be installed, but the Scapy will not be installed by default. So you need to install using the pip. So that's one disadvantage. So that's why I always rely on sockets. So let's go ahead and do the port scanner. Connection timed out. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not change the IP address. Sorry, IP changes. Okay, let's go and do the port scan. So the IP is, so we need to first import socket. So we need to build the socket using the socket function. It's in the socket.socket.af _INET. First one is address family internet. It represents the IP version 4 address. Socket.sock_stream. So these two parameters define the socket type. First one is IP version 4 address family internet, and sock stream, which is TCP. So with that, I am going to using the connect function. It takes the tuple IP comma port number, and if there is a connection to this, then the port is open. So we can say if you want to test to, we can also test 1 to 65535, but here the maximum port is 4 digits. So what we can do is, for I in range of 1, 10,000, so give the tab space. Instead of port, you can just simply name it to I. So connect into this, and if there is any error, so the try block. So the Python will try this code, and if there is any error, it will go to the exception. So this is called exception handling, except pass. So if the socket connection has been successful to this IP address and to this port, so that means execute this statement: print port is open. You can specifically define a ports is equals to empty list, and every time the port is open, you can say ports.append of I, and also you can finally print the ports list. So let's see our code again. From 1 to 10,000, we are creating the socket each time, and we are connecting to this IP address. and from 1 to 10,000 ports. If the connection has been successful, then we are saying that port is open. So let's go and run this. So port 22 is open. You will get the output like this: 22 is open, 80 is open, 2100 open. So it will take some time. So the next one is file downloader. It's the same as a request or get, but you will add another argument, that is error redirects true. So you can pretty much figure it out. So this is the one tricky question, cyber kill chain. I don't know about this. So then I googled this. I got this 7 steps of cyber kill chain. So not this one. This will be, PS exec will be helpful in the lateral movement from one machine to another machine. So 8 phases. So under the lateral movement, this PS exec comes place. And the next one is hash cracker. Just like the John the Ripper, we have the module called hashlib. So there is the given hash value. So we want to crack the hash we have found in this apollo.html. So copy this. This is the hash, and I can simply copy the, where is this one? So we have created the word list, right? We have extracted the word list. We can copy paste here. So we want to import hashlib. So we have the word list and we have the hash. We want to apply the MD5 hash function on each of the word list, and we need to compare each of the hash with this hash, and if the hash equals, then that means the corresponding element of the word list is our correct answer. So we have got the MD5. So for I in word list, let's say temp hash is equals to hashlib dot md5 of I. So after that we need to convert to the hexadecimal format. So hex hash is equals to temp hash dot hex digest. So this is the final hexadecimal hash of this each word of the whole word list. If this hex hash is equals to hash, then print of I and then break. So break indicates that we have found this one and we can successfully close the loop. So we can see we got the port 80 open and we have got all the URL. And now let's Python 3. So you need to encode these strings. We can use the encode function. So you can see we got the answer as rainbow. In the same way, what they are telling us to do is change it to SHA-256. So you can simply change this to SHA-256 and change the hash value. And you can see we got the red wings as the answer. And the next one is keyloggers. There is a keyboard module. You can record until the user enters the enter key, and then you can play those keys. You can also write the output to the text file also, so you can pretty much figure this out. And SSH brute forcing, I never used this Paramico, so let's go and use that. So we have found the users Tiffany, Daniel, Jim, Mike. We want to find the password for the user starting with the letter T, so that is Tiffany. So we got the host name and the username. So again we have the word list and we have the host username. For I in word list, here there first we need to grab the SSH client function. SSH is equals to client. So I am new to this module, so I don't know about this module. So we need to set this missing host key policy. So and then the function is the connect function. It takes the form of target, port, username, password. So try ssh.connect off. So here the target is our host and the port is 22, because we can see from our previous scan 22 is open, which is likely to be SSH. And username is equals to username, and you can also change this to username too, and password is equals to I, and if there is any exception pass, and we can, if there is any successful connection, print of I, or you can say login successful. Dot format of first one is username, and we can simply break this one. So it will take some time and the password will be trust no one. So you can log in into the SSH and you can get the contents of the flag file. So here only 3 ports are open, so you can cancel this, you can close this one. So that's all about this Python for Pentesters.